Okay, I'm Terry Marshall. I am actually the chairman of Marshall Amplification. And I have a dear friend here I'm going to be talking to.
That's Alan Bruce.
About,
Alan Bruce, please to meet
I
you.
now know his name. When we first started, I was under pressure from Pete Townsend to build an amplifier that gave him more volume.
Yeah.
At the time, there was things like the Fender Bassman, which is built on an RCA circuit, but the constant power, RMS, was only 35 watts. So peak was 50, but you need the pickups to get you 50. So a guy with a low would only get 35 out of it.
Yeah.
When we decided, under pressure from Pete Townsend, to make something more, I had to convince my dad that if we made one, I could sell it, which lucky enough I did. I thought, so I've got 2 customers already, Pete and the Ox out of Row. My dad hand-built the very first 4x12, which has been copied by everybody. Right?
Yeah.
And lucky enough, the Marshall. Being a saxophone player, I had no loyalty to the Fender or Vox, but I was listening to the guitarists who were customers of ours: Pete Townsend, Richie Blackmore, Eric Clapton. And I wanted a sound that I thought they would love to use.
Yeah.
And lucky enough, my ears worked. I say, being a saxophone player, I was listening to other guitarists. So I had nothing to hide at all. I just wanted to give them what they wanted.
Yeah.
And that is the same attitude we've developed all the way through our career. You know, we're celebrating 60 odd years of what we are. And my experience is playing with musicians who are fantastic all the time. I am I consider myself very lucky. I consider myself the fact that I have never taken a drug in my life. My drug is music. And I need a musical fix regularly, which is on stage. I can't do without it.
Yeah, same here.
All right? And lucky enough, I had a cardiac examination, and my heart's good enough for another 20 years. So I'm going to be rocking and rolling soon, as long as I physically can.
Yeah, go for it.
And I say it's great to have the factory visited by people who love Marshall, because I love the people using it. To me, it's family.
Yeah. The whole atmosphere you get going round, everyone's so invested.
Yes, we are.
You know, they're proud.
Yeah. Oh, we're proud of. We have a team, and the team has got heart.
Yeah, there's pride there, pride in the product,
Yeah.
pride in
And
the art.
what we've formed now is a thing called the Marshall Group. All right. Now that is formed. The Zounds have bought the shares of Marshall, but at the same time, the Marshall family own 24% of the new Marshall Group.
Yeah.
My sister and I have seats on the board of the new group, and we are the biggest shareholders.
Right.
Okay, so it's a positive formation.
Yeah.
We've worked together for about 13 years with Zounds.
Yeah, you've been together a while, haven't you?
All right, it's a relationship that should have happened a long time ago. So it's a natural marriage,
Yeah.
and the future's looking fine. We can take the company to another level, in fact, with a combination. We've formed a group now that's worth $350 million,
Right.
all right, which is a bit special. All right, it takes us to, as I say, a new stage, and given the chance like this open day we do, we're going to be doing this. One of my first things I wanted was to repeat what we did a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
This is now going to be a regular thing.
Oh, great.
All right, so we do it every single year for the people who love us. And so far as I'm concerned, we're family.
It's a great thing to come around, you know. Listen, I buy amplifiers and stuff from all around the world, and you know what? If you come here, it's such a great place, and the great people as well.
I am so proud of the people working here as a team. You know, we are. It's family. That's how the heart is there.
Well, as we were
Right,
going on,
right.
you're saying, I've been here 32 years.
I know.
Well, yeah,
I tell you what, I have difficulty going from reception to somewhere like here without being hugged and kissed by the staff.
Yeah.
All right? It's that warmth we have, and we're open and free. We want people to love us as much as we love you.
Yeah.
And we want to listen to you. I sponsor the Young Guitarist of the Year every year with the UK Blues Federation. And Marshall have now become the main sponsors of the UK Blues Federation. and we're hoping that we're going to do events here for the UK Blues Federation, because we have the ideal location, middle of England.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, and people can get to us easier, and we got good parking, as you realise. So that's going to be another step
Right.
forward. Right,
Well,
and we got
I
the Blues
actually
Awards.
play with John Mayall's brother, Rod.
Ah,
On
right.
keyboards.
Okay. Well, get Rod to say hello to John for
I
me.
will, yeah.
Yeah. I remember John in the early days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say we had every name as anyone
Oh,
came into the shop in the early days. I can always remember because I got an invite from Eric Clapton to go to his first gig they did at the Marquee. So I met up. There was Ginger, Eric, Jack, and myself, and Eric, and just the four of us. So we had a sociable drink at the ship, walked across the alleyway, and into the event. It was fantastic.
bet.
Right, and I've had great opportunities of working with musicians all my life.
Yeah.
I like Gary Moore when he was on that.
I'll tell you, what, Gary,
Brilliant guy.
Gary, we had a great time because he only listens to horn players, and I only listen to guitarists and Hammond organ players. So playing a lot of times with guitarists, I've developed one hell of a fuzz box in my throat because I growl when I play a saxophone.
Yeah.
And quite often I've been up to having three guitarists and a bass player on stage, and me by myself. So I've had to really
Give it
develop my own sound. And I'm proud enough to be able to say I'm usually the best saxophone player on stage, because usually I'm the only one. And I still have my heart in this, and I just love it.
It's brilliant. It's great. It's great to see you here, and you're more than willing to speak to people and mingle and all that
It's
stuff.
family.
And,
It's family. We need each other.
Yeah.
It's like every musician needs an audience.
exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's reflective.
Yeah.
And the more we give,
Yeah.
that's when you get the appreciation.
What was it like going through the virus problem? Because I run a company, and I can tell you, in my company, it was a nightmare.
It was very hard work. As a musician, I found it as if I had my heart,
Oh,
my
God,
throat
yeah.
cut. My wife did well out of it. I made her about 5 planters for the garden because I couldn't pick up the saxophone. I'd be too frustrated.
Right.
Right? And I was offered to do Zoom gigs, and I said I can't do it. I need the vibe on stage,
Yeah.
Right.
which I still need.
Yeah. Yeah. I get
You
it.
know, and I say we're doing a CD here, a blue CD on stage,
Yeah.
and that's going to be out on the Marshall record label.
Right.
Right, so
Great.
Right, and that's got some good guys on it. I've got Nick Simper, the original bass player of Deep Purple. The offshoot from Deep Purple was Warhorse, so I've got Peter Parks coming here as well.
Right.
I spoke to Bernie Marsden last week,
Right.
and we've done in the past a local blues jam on a Sunday, so he's very keen to be on stage with me, and we're performing together,
Right.
which I
We've
love.
met
Yeah,
Bernie.
we've met him a few
Bernie
times, yeah.
Bernie is lovely,
He is.
yeah.
And he's
we're-
booking all the rest, you know.
Yeah, we get on. We're just like brothers.
Anyway,
we vibe on
listen,
stage.
when have we got some new amps coming?
Wait for it. We've got some very exciting things coming out
I hope
this
so.
year.
I need some new
We've
ones.
got a sort of like a miniature version of the JTM 45.
Right.
The demonstration I had was quite a few months ago, and it was my sound that I first developed.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I am so proud of it.
Yeah.
Right, but that's in the future, but it will happen.
Okay.
You'll get the warning.
Excellent.
Well, listen, thanks very much for doing a quick tour.
Oh,
and
with pleasure, with pleasure. I love it. I love meeting
Really,
people
really
who
appreciate it.
I love meeting people who love us.
And I hope they come and watch this video as much as they watch the other one.
It's mutual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks very much,
Brilliant.
Terry.
Lovely to meet you. Take care.
Yes.